contest is a Hoss Division Fray, which will start with 2 participants, and every 90 seconds a new participant will join.
My God, Rob Naylor. Good timing because you named this division the FIP Hoss Division.
I would show up when the Hoss Division starts, Trevin. As here we go, we got Sabu's music. Shout out to my man Gabe Sapolsky watching on WWNlive.com here tonight. Demos! Coming out the ring, this man right here is a monster in every way, shape, and form. And he makes his way over to that corner. Fans giving it up for Big Demos. This guy's about 6'5", 285 and a quarter pound, we'll say, Trevin. And he means business.
Indeed, and I think we had a little bit of a complication in the sound move there. The music you just heard was actually Odinson's music, but I don't think that's going to matter much when things get going here.
You want to talk veterans in the Hoss Division, if you will. John Davis bringing tons and tons of credibility to this division. This man has seen and done it all across this great country. Big favorite here in Florida, Trevin Adams.
Oh, no kidding, my friend.
The man hailing from Dark City is here. He's here to fight. He ain't backing down. Not from the big monster Demos or anyone else in this Hoss Division match. And there is the bell. These two big men circling one another. John Davis, Demos. Both men, tons of power and tons of tattoos, Trevin.
Once again, the Hoss Division, in a time and era where it seems like the little guys are getting a lot of buzz. Well deserved, by the way.
Oh, totally. Almost over-deserved. How long did it take? But now we got these two men head up right here. These two men, John, back and forth. Series of strikes there from John Davis.
And yeah, it's kind of mind-blowing once again. Hoss Division, the whole concept of the size of these men, but yet the athleticism of what they represent. You know, this isn't just monsters in the ring, the things they can do.
Now, okay, Trevin, why don't you talk to me a little bit? There's the big elbow, the face, back elbow once again from John Davis. Takes the man down. Now, what is the qualifications for those that might be new to FIP to the Hoss Division, Trevin?
All right, I'm going to fail, potentially. It's either, I want to say it's 235 makes a heavyweight. And if I'm 5 pounds off in either direction, I'll take it. But a minimum of 235. Anybody who's announced less than that means they cut weight before the show. As he's caught by the big man, Demos.
I think that's what I have on my notes as well, so you win that one.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Entrant number 3, Red the Freak Giddens.
Red the Freak Giddens. No stranger to FIP Hoss Division action after that big D-Lo bomb there from Demos. Freak making his way back into this one. Back here to FIP, I should say, as these two men trading back and forth. Tit for rat-a-tat-tap, and series of blows right there from Demos. Reversal there. Oh! Big forearm. And if you're keeping count, folks, you're better than I am at this stage. Tons of forearms, something right here. Oh, no. He just speared the bejesus out of young Red Giddens, whose lights are dimmed as he is rolling to a safer area. As here comes John Davis, the wily veteran from behind there, picking his spot, Trevin.
Indeed, it's now a unique situation. Remember, the idea here, every 90 seconds, another man's going to join this fray.
Knee to the head, and there's a big lariat there from Red Giddens.
And that could be it. And it is. For Demos, to be specific, not to confuse people.
Demos taken out of this encounter here.
Indeed, elimination fray. And that is why John Davis did not join the fray, so to speak. to stop the pinfall. Why keep Deimos in the matchup? BBC from Red Giddens taking him out, and that's it.
I'll say this, Red Giddens really making his mark in this bout thus far. Red Giddens a product, the I Believe in Wrestling school.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Entrant number 4.
Number 4, who we got? Hey, there's Taboo's old music again, as out comes Odinson, and this is more familiar.
Indeed. They figured things out over there in production. And look at the big man Odinson and how intimidating he is as he's spraying himself, but John Davis is not waiting to watch him come to the ring, continuing to attack Red Giddens.
Absolutely. Attack that man. Just because the man's entering doesn't mean you can stop beating on your opponent. John Davis, both these men now just eating a flurry of offense. Series of uppercuts from this monster from WWA 4 in Atlanta.
Yeah, and indeed it was that heat stroke. 2016, it was Odinson and Red. They fought so long, they literally fought themselves through the matchup, getting themselves disqualified, pushing a referee out of the way. I half wonder if they've been fighting for 6 weeks until getting here.
Obviously a lot of strikes employed here in this Haas division. Lots of forearms, uppercuts, big boots. And now we've got a double team. Look at this tandem offense here from these two competitors. Nothing doing there as Odinson connects with the lariat and the big boot. Got both men now. Look at this. Oh, what a unique piece of offense there.
Spinning uppercut into a DDT, nearly putting away Red Giddens is Odinson. Smartly going to pin John too. And John kicking out.
Odinson, the bastard child of Claudio Castagnoli and the Warlord. Just letting y'all know.
I'll tell you.
And maybe Brock Lesnar as well with that chest tattoo, let's face it. This man right here, though, stands on his own, one of the brightest young stars in wrestling, as they keep counting, Trevin.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Entrant number 5.
Wait, what is that music? I've heard this music. No, I heard rumors, but no. No way.
JoJo Bravo.
Now, wait a minute. JoJo Bravo. Now, I absolutely love me some JoJo Bravo, but that man is not a damn hoss, Trevin Adams.
Well,
come on now.
Here's where I'm going to counter you with Rob Naylor. Last year, FIP presents Fallout 2015 Night 2. This man came into the Opportunity Knocks, Flash Fray, got in the face of 6 men who were basically the Haas division before there was a Haas division. And I think he thinks he's a Haas. I think he thinks he's a Haas. He thinks he's their size.
JoJo Bravo got a valiant effort here on his part, but he is way oversized. Oh no, he's got the big handshake on JoJo. No, I absolutely love that JoJo's here, but I'm kind of worried for his well-being right now, Trevor.
Indeed, just because you think you're huge does not mean you're huge necessarily. Those chops are effective as well. God bless JoJo Bravo, regular from the Texas scene. We've seen him here a few times in Full Impact Pro, but just about once a year. And he thinks he's some kind of sumo. He thinks he's some kind of giant sumo wrestler. Going for a choke slam. Oh my God.
Now, God bless him, you know, really gallant right here, trying to get the big man up for that choke slam, but, oh, Jesus. JoJo now.
There you go. You wanted some Brock Lesnar. How about this F10? Might as well be an F1000.
Oh, my God. F10. It's all over. JoJo Bravo hit the bricks. That's it.
JoJo Bravo has been eliminated.
God bless JoJo Bravo for trying, and a smart move.
Entered in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Entrant number 6, Monster Turner.
Mood's going to change here. Monster Tarver, very dangerous man here in Full Impact Pro. And Rob, I'll tell you right now, we haven't seen Tarver. He had been scheduled for an FIP World Heavyweight Championship match at Declaration of Independence 2016, suffering an injury, unable to compete. You got to think he's coming in here both PO'd, he didn't get the match he had wanted, and really ready to beat the hell out of these other hosses.
Here we go. There's another big elbow. Elbows galore here. Now look at the big exploder there. Now these four, absolutely no strangers to one another. Now that JoJo Bravo is unceremoniously out of this bout, up and over.
And that was John Davis taken up and over by Monster Tarver.
Now we've got these four competitors, all of them very familiar with one another, as I was saying. But you gotta say now, Monster Tarver is indeed the freshest man involved right now, Trevin. He just came out, he's full of P&V, and he's just laying waste to everyone in the ring right now.
Well, absolutely, and that's kind of the concept here with the idea of an elimination fray. Obviously, it definitely benefits you to come in later in this matchup, albeit the same argument can be made if you're here from the beginning like a John Davis. Maybe you've got your wind, you've got your conditioning, you've got your pacing, as opposed to being stiff and fresh like a Monster Tarver, but regardless, you can see here, Rhett going on the attack against Tarver, Odinson on the attack against John. Both of these men have a history. Rhett and Tarver, my God, nearly destroyed each other here over the last year or so in Full Impact Pro. And we've seen Odinson and John, and that's a matchup I'd love to see again.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, entering number 7, Jody Christopherson.
Whoa, the War Pig! It's the final entrant, Trevin.
Well, and I'll tell you right now, this does not bode well for the four men in the ring, because a fresh Jody Christopherson is a dangerous Jody Christopherson. And speaking of fresh off his victory at Heatstroke 2016, defeating John Davis.
And the War Pig, a favorite here.
Oh, yeah.
The FIP faithful.
On a winning streak here in Full Impact Pro, in the best shape of his life. And right now, splashes galore for every single man, every hoss in this matchup.
All these men showing just great power, strength, stamina, dexterity, and now, look at this. We've got a vertical suplex attempted, nothing doing right there. Odinson puts him on his feet and pinpoint dropkick right to the face.
To the face from a man that size, and they call my red. That boss man, I thought Odinson almost tried to get up. He just rolled over, but for a second, looked like he was bouncing up. Misses the enziguri.
Look at this, snatches the German suplex. Makes him think about it, just folds him in half. Tarver now, with his patented Superman blow to the face.
Originator, by the way.
He'll tell you that quite often, I'm told. Look at this, misses the Superman, Jody Christopherson now.
Into the pin, that's gonna be it. Sure is for Tarver.
I gotta say, I consider that somewhat of an upset. Monster Tarver, obviously very well traveled and fresher than most of the athletes in this match. But there you see the freshest man, we'll say, in the match, Jody the War Pig Christopherson, taking the man out.
And that rack bomb, and I know he has a special name for it, so now I feel like an idiot, I can't remember it. He beat John Davis with it, now he's taking Monster Tarver out. And you gotta wonder, is this gonna be Jody's matchup? From a pecking order point of view, when you look at the Haas division, when you look at who's beaten whom, and it's kind of shocking, truthfully, to see Tarver with that defeat. As you pointed out, doesn't lose very often here in an FIP ring. Same with John Davis, doesn't lose very often here. Jody has beaten him at Heatstroke 2016.
There's a lot on the line right here. You know, John Davis wants to prove he's still the biggest, baddest bull in the woods. Then you basically have Jody Christopherson, a man who's constantly trying to prove himself, both to his family, to people in his life. He's trying to be on the comeback trail. You got Red the Freak Gittins, who basically just has the whole world at his feet eventually. And of course Odinson, who time and time again has never quit here in FIP. Something's got to give right now, and it's none of these men's chests clearly, because they've been chopping and just throwing forearms, uppercuts, and everything else. It's not tight down here at each other in this bout. It is break it down, Trevin.
That spinning European. How the hell does Odinson move like that? We've talked before about his history coming from the WWA 4 Training Academy. He just jump and kick the man in the head.
He certainly did. This guy right here, he really is the complete package. Just now, catch the boot to the face. John Davis now sends the ropes. We've got a fireman carry and a headbutt to the stomach. What the hell is this? Trevin Adams. John Davis now climbing on top, trying to, I don't know what the hell he's trying to do, trying to perhaps help.
500-600 pounds on his shoulders.
Oh no, German suplex. No! Oh my lordy. Someone call the damn chiropractor right now, Trevin.
Germaning while the man's held in a fireman. And by the way, look at Jody. One of his teeth was broken. Is that his teeth?
Oh, that's some bad news bears right there. He's got one tooth, Trevin. Jody, a new level of pissed off right now. Now he's lost a tooth, and now he's looking up at the sky, and now we both got double rack bombs, Trevin. Here it is. Both variations, both men covering. And we've got 2 more eliminations, and it's down to 2.
And Odinson have been eliminated.
Oh, it's interesting, too. Rhett Giddens, Odinson eliminated at the same time, and again, from a showing point of view, I would argue had equal showings in this matchup. Both men looked phenomenal, and I think we're both in a position where you're really not sure who's above the other, Rob.
I'll say this right now. Both of these men beloved. I would say probably the fan favorites here in FIP. Proper, if you will. I mean, these guys, John Davis has been in and out of FIP since, 1989. And, of course, Jody Christopherson, fan favorite here, no doubt, as well.
I mean, John Davis, former FIP World Heavyweight Champion. Jody Christopherson had a hell of an undefeated streak here in FIP.
Look at this, trying to get the big man up, nothing doing there. Both these men now just trying to show their respective strengths. Easy for me to say as now Jody sits down trying to avert the move, and now look at this. German suplex, he has that bridge as well. No.
And you got to think if the referee wasn't out of position, that probably would have been it. But it doesn't matter. This matchup continues. Look at John Davis. In here since the beginning of the matchup. He was the second man who entered the ring, which is the same as the first man in a situation like this.
Davis now trying to garner some moral support here from these fans who have loved him for just years now. This guy has no quit in him.
And you got to think, too, when it comes to the size of these men, the battle they're having, even with phenomenal conditioning, how long can you go?
Back and forth. Both these men almost tiring the other out, but they're just trying to prove something. They're the biggest hoss in this game now. Look at that! Beautiful.
Is that splash enough?
No. World's strongest slam right there. Shades of Mark Henry and, for some of you older folk, John Nord.
It's a bit of a hoss himself, huh?
Certainly were, both of those folks, as now the War Pig says he's getting hungry.
Indeed, and this may be the point where Jody, being the freshest man, may just have it more in the tank to take John out. Yeah, I think so, Rob.
John Tail. I love when he screams War Pig. As there's a big senton. No!
Just a primal rage scream from Jody Christopherson.
That's exactly what that was right there. As now he might be trying to put him toward that corner. The Sunday morning coming down. The big double coconut off the second rope is one of his finishing moves as well.
Sure is. You realize it's been a little over 2 years Jody Christopherson's been here in Full Impact Pro, debuting at Heatstroke 2014.
Series of blows right to the stomach there.
Borderline super kick, Rob.
Misses that lariat. Anderson slam now. Rolls him through. Davis perhaps trying to get him here.
You got to think this is going to be it.
And it is.
John Davis.
You got to think that could have went either way. But tonight it went John Davis's way, Rob Naylor. And John Davis, Jody Christopherson now in the record books are one-on-one on each other, with Jody winning at Heatstroke 2016, Davis tonight at All or Nothing 2016. Davis going the distance, and my hunch is just like Heatstroke 2016, we're about to see a show of respect here from two men that are the epitome of the FIP Haas division. Jody can't even stand, tooth broken. What a battle, Rob. Well, thank you, Rob Naylor, for joining us for the first half of the show. We'll have you back here a little bit later on, bringing your analysis of some of the championship matchups.
I certainly can't wait. This thing is just getting started, folks. Don't miss out on a second of this action. You know what I'm waiting for.
Oh, I know what you're.
Oh, I know you know what I'm waiting for. I cannot wait for that high-flying contest coming up soon.
And you'll be here, don't worry. Sammy Guevara, AR Fox, Rob Naylor will be back on commentary. Thank you, Mr. Naylor. Congratulations, John Davis, on a hell of a showing here. 7 men in this elimination fray. But the one who was victorious is John Davis.